Hey everybody, welcome back. Rough Night Gaming. I'm Marcus,
And I'm Travis.
and this could be our last episode of Dark Souls.
Yeah. We're here recording this on December 16th, and we should be watching Star Wars, but for some reason we decided to record Dark Souls instead. So,
Here we are.
here we are.
We ended at last episode not here though.
No, you ended up right outside the gate to, through the Lord Vessel opening and all that. So, I kind of wanted to talk about our journey a little bit and how the story is kind of pieced together, because I'm sure some of the viewers who've been watching, who've maybe never played before, are kind of lost because it's taken us weeks and months to get this far.
Months.
Yeah. So I'm sure they're confused, and sometimes honestly I get confused too. It's I frequently share incorrect information. So what? No. So tonight we're gonna try and piece it all together. So if you recall, in the very beginning, in the opening cinema, they talk about how there used to be this age of ancients, and the world is unformed and shrouded by fog, and it's great crags and arch trees and everlasting dragons. And then one day there's fire, and with that fire came disparity, and there's no mention about where the fire came from, right? It's just open up one day, fire.
Sure.
So they're talking about life and death and light and dark, how this they both now exist simultaneously.
Wait. So I think fire, like for man, originally came from lightning, right? I mean, that would make the most sense. Is that a lightning struck
You talking about in real life?
in real life, like for realsies?
Oh yeah, probably, yeah, sure.
And so doesn't what's his name throw like lightning spears? And
That's true. But I mean,
Anyway.
as we talk, as the opening preamble continues, they say, "From the dark they came,
Oh, okay.
and found the souls of lords within the flame." And they talk about Nito, the first of the dead, the Witch of Izalith and her daughters of chaos, Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight and his faithful knights, and the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten, which is interesting because we never really hear much about the furtive pygmy ever
The game
again.
itself forgets about him. The world.
Yeah, exactly.
world
Although
kinda.
there is one person who has not forgotten the furtive pygmy. But anyway, what they talk, I always found that part extremely interesting. They say, "From the dark they came," and dark is capitalized, and the dark is the abyss, right?
It's gotta be.
Yeah, that's all. The dark, the abyss, and all that are all deeply entwined. So, and then during that scene, they're showing what look like hollows when they say they came and found the souls of lords. So does that mean that Nito and Gwyn and the pygmy and the witch of Izalith and her daughters are all these hollows? Are they originally just creatures of the dark who were changed by the souls that they encountered? The flame?
Well, I mean, I guess I don't have the same souls that they encountered originally, right? I have,
You have the dark soul.
but we've been to the abyss,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't see any undead, right? Or not undead.
Like Halloween types.
Yeah, we didn't see any hollow. We saw
We saw those
Humanity.
We saw those humanity things. Right. Well, maybe that's what we were originally. Maybe that's what they were originally.
oh shit.
Obviously, the flame has changed something.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
oh man.
The cinema then goes on that they challenged the dragons with this new, this new strength. And they kill them using their own individual powers. And they talk about Seath betraying his own. And that actually starts the Age of Fire. So we move from the Age of Ancients to the Age of Fire. But then they talk about how the flames will fade and dark will remain. So it's like we're coming back to darkness, right? Mm-hmm. That's what it says. In the very beginning, we know this. And that even now there are only embers. And they say something interesting. They say, man sees not light, but only endless nights. And if you look up in the sky, it's kind of like the strange, like, twilighty thing. And then when you go to Undead Burg, where you met Solaire, I mean, it looks like sunlight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
But that sunlight, it seems to be, I don't know, coming from a far off area, whatever. So
I'm always chasing it. I'm always chasing the sunlight, looking for it.
Yeah, right. So that's just odd. That's all odd. So can explore that later. But when they talk about, then they continue on again, and they say that among the living are carriers of the accursed dark side, and that the dark side brands the undead, and then they're led to the north, where they're kind of basically just locked away in the asylum. And they say that's where the game begins. Mm-hmm. So then we meet this man who frees us, named Oscar, and he says to us, he kind of gives us a prophecy. He says, "Thou who art undead art chosen. In thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords." Right, that's here. Mm-hmm. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. And he says that this is something that's been passed along in his family. Mm-hmm. So we're told to go ring the bell of awakening, right? But when we show up here at Firelink Shrine, where you are now, we meet the crestfallen warrior, right? That guy that was kind of just sat by the tree.
Yep.
And he says a bunch of things, but the interesting thing he says is that he talks about the fate of the undead, but he says also that you're not the first. So you're not particularly special. You're just another undead. And nobody's calling you the Chosen Undead yet. That doesn't happen until later. And he says that there's no salvation here, but we know he's kind of a downer, so he might...
Oh yeah, he's a total Debbie.
Right, and so this is the first time where people's opinions are really like coming into play, where the game is about people's opinions and feelings about things rather than absolute truths. And he's the first person to tell you that there are two bells of awakening, even though literally the last person you talked to said there was just the one, or at least failed to mention the second one.
I mean, maybe he's never been here. Maybe he doesn't know. I don't know. I mean, if it's been passed down through his family line, you'd think he would, have a clue, but...
Right. He didn't really even make it this far. All right. And so that's when, we kind of notice later on that you have a dark sign yourself. And I remember sometime like the second episode, it says we looked at it and we saw it on your chest, if you recall, when you took off your shirt, and that the dark sign signifies an accursed undead. Right? So you're definitely one of those branded. Okay, so let's go check out those bells of awakening. So you come here to your first bell of awakening, and you ring it, and you succeed. So, according to Oscar, you would now know the fate of the undead, but Oscar was not fully informed. So we go on to the second bell of awakening. All right. So then, after much strife through the depths and Lower Undead Burg and the Blighttown, you finally make it here at the precipice of the Demon Ruins, and there's a bell built far underground for some unknown reason. And you ring it, and then suddenly that's when you see that Sen's Fortress opens. And so it's kind of like you're kind of being led by the nose here and there. Instead of, you've never known the fate of the undead. It's just, you're just kind of being dragged from place to place. So then, okay, well, let's go to Sen's Fortress, you say. And through it, you finally make it to Anor Londo.
Yeah.
So, in Anor Londo, the Keeper of the Flame that's just nearby, she tells you that to basically just go straight out of here, towards that main building. And she says, if you are the chosen one, a revelation shall visit thee. And I find that kind of interesting, actually. I was thinking about that earlier today. And obviously she's, without thinking too much about it, she's talking about going to go see Guinevere, if you're the chosen one. But she talks about a revelation. A revelation is like when you suddenly realize the truth, right? Because what else is straight across here? The Tomb of the Dark Moon.
Oh, right. Okay,
Right?
yeah. Across and down. Yeah.
Where Gwendolyn is. Now, she probably wasn't talking about that, but maybe she was, because she's a servant of Gwendolyn. She's a servant of the Dark Moon, and she's part of the Covenant. So maybe she was talking about that. It was a revelation for you to discover. Of course, at the time, we didn't really know. So, you go and see Guinevere, and she gives you the Lord Vessel. So that's interesting. And it's about that time. Well, let's go see Frampt, because that's who we would have, Kingseeker Frampt. That's the guy that we would have seen actually before this. Let's go see him.
Sure.
So Frampt, he calls himself a close friend of the great Lord Gwyn, and he says that he wishes to elucidate your fate. And then when you confirm that you're ready to hear it, he says that your fate is to succeed the great Lord Gwyn, to link the fire, cast away the dark, and undo the curse. So apparently, by linking the fire, one undoes the curse.
The Curse of the Undead.
Yes.
Okay. Which, has that been clarified? Did we talk about that? Did I miss that? The Curse of the Undead is to...
It's the fact that you keep coming back even though you're already dead and becoming more and more until you're hollow.
Okay.
You don't just die and then pass on to whatever.
Got it.
So, Frampt calls himself a friend of Gwyn. And we've met Gwyn's children. We've met...
In a sense.
Yeah. You met Guinevere, and she said that without fire, all shall be a frigid and frightful dark. So fire is very important in that sense.
And to rekindle it and keep it going in the Age of Fire continues.
Exactly. So that's what you're told to do. That's what you're designed to do. That's what the undead is supposed to do. According to all those people.
Yep.
Guinevere, Frampt, Oscar.
And they all seem like...
Even the Crestfallen Knight says so. Or warrior.
They all seem like powerful individuals who are big and helpful, and they're all cheering for you, except for the one Crestfallen Knight. He's kind of cheering for you, too.
Exactly. In a way. Kind of in a pessimistic way.
Kind of like a Cubs fan before this year. You wouldn't understand that reference. Never mind.
I get it. All right, so, but then you're being a good little minion. But in your explorations, little things start to nag away at this narrative you've been told. Little things like discovering something called the Dark Moon Seance Ring. You found that in the catacombs, and it says that the Dark Sun Gwendolyn is the only remaining deity in Anor Londo. And that's really suspicious.
Yeah, considering we met
Guinevere herself.
Yeah.
So, when you took that seance ring, you went back to Anor Londo, and you discovered that Gwendolyn, the youngest son of Gwyn, is there. And he says, don't come any further, but he gives you, if you join his covenant, he gives you a ring called the Dark Moon Blade Covenant Ring.
Yeah.
And Gwendolyn, it says on it, Gwendolyn created the illusion of a sister Guinevere, who helps him guard over Orlando. So Gwendolyn is obviously a powerful magic user, powerful enough to create an illusion of Sister Guinevere.
And it would be interesting to cross that barrier and see what's beyond, to see if he is there and what he is and what he looks like, and if he is even what he says he is, you know?
Right, is he lying about that too?
Yeah.
How deep do these lies go? So now you're finding out that, you know, these gods who you've been told to, you know, do the right thing and succeed Lord Gwyn. I mean, why didn't his children succeed him, you know?
Yeah.
Why didn't Gwendolyn link the fire? Like, what's his deal?
Lazy bastard. He's just like that Onion Knight.
Right. So what's going on here? So that sucks to eat away at what you're learning. And then you come across something called the cracked red eye orb, which you found behind the Firelink Shrine itself, actually. And it says the cracked red eye orb allows players to temporarily imitate an ability that is normally limited to dark wraiths of Kath. Now you know that dark wraiths are those things that you found in New Londo.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Um,
From the Abyss?
Sure. As far as we know. The key to the seal, an item you also found there down in New Londo, says that the sealers flooded New Londo to banish the dark wraiths and the Four Kings. So here's the thing. For in your playthrough, those are the only two items that mention dark wraiths. Right? And the cracked red eye orb is the only item you've ever discovered that mentions this person named Kath. You've never met Kath, but you've never met a lot of characters in this
that are mentioned.
You know. There's just various people all throughout. So who are these people? And we don't know anything really about the dark wraiths. Other than we think that they came from the Abyss. But, I mean, that's the thing. What do we know about the Abyss? Other than it seems to have some draw to humanity.
Mm-hmm. The DLC really shined a lot on that. I don't know that it answered a ton of questions, but it really dealt a lot with the Abyss and humanity.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is kind of fun that it was released, you know, a while after the actual game. It was, you know, downloadable stuff, so people had time to mull over
right
a bunch of the questions that you're kind of bringing up, and then they had some things answered and more questions raised.
Exactly. And even today, people still don't know all the bits of it. Because even through 3 games of references, sometimes we still don't know everything.
Which some people could think is wonderful, and some people could think is stupid.
Yeah, I think it's great because also it allows us to like impart our own, opinions on it. And like I was saying, Dark Souls is not about absolute truths. It's about your opinion on how you feel about certain things. So obviously, all of humanity seems to be more and more cursed by this undead curse. And we don't really know too much about it, other than the dark sign, how humanity is. And that there's an item called the Purging Stone, which I remember back in episode 6 you first encountered, and it says on it that humans are helpless against curses, which is funny because you're undead curse. Mm-hmm. So we're helpless against them and can only redirect their influence. So the Purging Stone does not dispel curses, but receives them as a surrogate. The stone itself was once a person or some other being. So that's freaky because it's like it doesn't. We can only redirect the influence of a curse on ourselves, and maybe even the undead curse itself is like that. And who cursed us? Who cursed humanity? Why are we becoming like this in increasing numbers? Apparently. And why do the demons watch over us?
Well, let's see. You said the demons were a spawn of chaos, and the chaos is something like a distortion of the flame, or
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so the demons themselves. We don't have a timeline from when they showed up.
No, not really.
That's unfortunate.
I don't really know too much about demons other than what we've already covered.
Gotcha.
So there seems like there's still more unanswered questions, but all we do know is that we have to go to the first flame and kindle it so that we can succeed Lord Gwyn. Let's go do that now.
And then, like, secede, like, he steps down and we usurp his throne. Or it's not necessarily saying continue his reign, right? Is that how am I
That is what you will be doing.
understanding that correctly?
Mm-hmm. We're continuing the story of Gwyn. Because
Continuing the story of Gwyn.
Well, because we don't know where Gwyn is. We don't know what he's been up to.
And so, am I supposed to know? Like, obviously, there's going to be a last boss, but am I supposed to know who it is based on all the things we've seen, all the things we've talked about? Because honestly, I can't say that I do. I feel like it should be obvious. We've talked about shit. I've tried to pay attention. But I'm going to go and light this flame. I've already taken the souls of the Guardians, essentially. And who would be standing in my way? Gwyn would want me to do this. The Gwyn line would want me to do this. They would stay in power. This would be a continuing of the Age of Fire.
Uh-huh.
So who would not want me to do this?
Let's go find out. Welcome to the kiln of the first flame.
This looks a lot like 3.
Doesn't it? Look at the sky.
Yeah.
Look at this twilight that we see. So, do you remember how we talked about how Gwendolyn created the illusion? And how
Guinevere?
Yes, and in the beginning it says, there are only embers and man sees not light, but only endless nights.
Pew.
So, perhaps the whole world, perhaps the whole sky is an illusion. Perhaps the sun itself is an illusion. Gwendolyn is known as the Dark Sun, or the Dark Moon. Perhaps everything we've seen, every time we see daylight, it's merely an illusion. Hey, there's that chunk you need.
Finally. All right, let's go back. No. I mean, that's...
Take a stop. Just stop for a second and actually look around. Like look at it. Look at that thing.
It looks like a coliseum.
Right? And then look at the way that these things
Are
are
they
all...
windblown?
Yeah, they do. They look windblown. Like they're all...
Were they frozen in time and turned to stone? Or is that... I mean, there's dripping here.
I think it was because
Alright,
the flame was so great that it like melted the metal or the stone itself. I don't know if that's even possible. Well, I guess that's what lava is, isn't it? But yeah, it looks like
Lava's not real.
I think it's like metal or something that was like melted, and it was like. But it looks
But it's
almost,
only out here. It's,
no. But if you look in the back, it's going
right.
the other way, almost like it was a
different direction.
circular, like
Oh,
a cyclone,
no.
right? And all this around you, ash.
Ash, yeah.
And what is a major theme of the third game?
Is that
Ash.
everything's been burned.
That
And
the world is but
become
embers
ash.
and ash.
Ass. The third game is ass. It's all about...
It's all about that ash.
Sorry, Travis. Having a serious tone for this one. I go mentioning ass again.
It wouldn't be a rough night game if we didn't talk about puckered buttholes. No, whoa, all right.
And
no,
bad
it's gonna
timing
happen
again.
Oh God!
Just back.
All right.
Okay, god damn it.
So these guys. What are these guys?
They're Black Knights.
Yeah.
I mean, we see them in...
Are they Black Knights or Silver Knights?
Fuck if I know.
Sometimes
They're
it's kind of hard to
knights.
tell.
Black
They're
Knights.
Black Knights. All right.
Yes.
Okay, take a look at that item. I don't know if we've
John?
really encountered Black Knights. Anyway. Now we know from the very beginning, again, this story, that Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights.
I don't have it. I don't know where'd that chunk go. Oh, never mind.
Not the chunk.
What do you want me to look at?
Shield.
Oh, you said the item. Anyway, Gwyn and who?
Gwyn and his faithful knights. So these knights here are part of. So Shield of the Black Knights that wander Lordran. A flowing canal is chiseled deeply into its face. Long ago, the Black Knights faced the Chaos Demons and were charred black, but their shields became highly resistant to fire. It's kind of interesting because in the third game, when you go to the Smoldering Lake, you can actually find a Black Knight fighting demons.
I think is that at the top or
It's at the bottom.
No.
It's underneath all this stuff. Alright. You're kind of being funneled down this one path.
Except for now. Just kidding.
Ooh, careful. Whoa.
And there we go. Yeah, this is pretty
Pretty
one-way-ish. And that looks bad down there.
That is not the one way.
This is so colorful. Why is it... If we're talking about burnt and ashen and all this other stuff, why if this is just stone?
I couldn't tell you.
Well, think, Travis. Use your brain. Gosh. Oh no.
Maybe it's stone, yeah. Maybe it's like underneath the stone or something. I don't know.
Skip the shit.
Oh. You can't really end up being your death. Now,
Flat ground.
oh look at there's an item out there.
Shh, we're not worried about that right now.
So interestingly, since you have saved Solaire from going hollow, you should prep to I say you should use your R2 because it takes a little while to wind up, and by the time you're done, you'll have stood up.
I did use my R2.
Oh, well, I don't. Sure.
Didn't you see me? I went. Whoosh.
Anyway, so you could be able to summon Solaire right here if you.
If I weren't so ugly.
Right here.
Nobody wants to play with me when I'm ugly.
That's true. But you're always ugly.
So has the first fire burned all this away? The first flame, has it burned all of this?
When it was initially kindled, yes.
Lordran?
But now, as that there are only embers, as was said in the beginning. Just the flames are fading, and darkness is coming, and that's why they want you to go and rekindle the first flame. You have to go do it so that you can save the day and save the world. Nice.
Save the world as far as the gods are concerned. Save the gods' reign.
Maintain the status quo as it is already still.
But will everything be rejuvenated? I mean, the flame will grow? I mean, boom, headshot. Right? I mean,
It'll be rekindled.
It'll be rekindled, meaning it'll grow, but I guess there's a whole lot to burn. I mean, if that's what we're expecting is it'll be rekindled, it'll continue to burn.
Nice. Look at all those chunks you got.
So chunky.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that the Ashen and everything is going to extend beyond Lordran? And that's where we get Dark Souls 3 from?
It will mean that things remain the same and that you'll become basically the new Lord Gwyn. Or the rekindler of the fire. It won't make you Lord Gwyn, but it'll make you the new, kind of Allfather. You ready?
Yes.
Listen to the music.
So why am I fighting Gwen?
Look closely at him.
Okay, I mean...
Why would you think you'd be fighting someone?
Who I'm going to be overtaking? I mean... Hey, quit it!
Do you think that he is...
Oh, fuck. That was bad.
Oof. That weapon has an awesome reach. Look at his face. I don't know if you can see it.
Gwyn can't go hollow.
Why not?
Because he's a god.
Is he? Is he a god? He said that he found the souls of lords.
Oh, I guess he's a lord. We've
No,
been led
he's
to
still a
believe this
god.
whole time that he's a god.
Well, you've been led to believe in many things. But let's assume he is a god, right? Let's just ignore that part. Do you remember from the very beginning?
Which one? Do I have to go to the Firelight Shrine and then down?
Yes, I don't think you didn't stop at that.
No, but there's no way to warp to.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I'm sorry. You were starting or continuing a thought there.
Well, if you actually, why don't you go to now that you have that chunk, why don't you go power up your weapon? Go to Undead Parish. So,
No, we won't do that.
if you remember from the very beginning, and we talked about it in this episode, it says that from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame.
So he took the soul of the Lord and assumed power.
He took the souls of lords, and he assumed power because he found the flame. He was not always that. He wasn't born Lord Gwyn.
He was just Gwyn, some schmo.
He may not even have had a name. Who knows? That's the point. It says they came from the dark too. And remember those pictures, the image that when they say that are of hollows, creatures from the dark, man.
Am I reinforced? That's what I want.
You should be able to. Yeah, I think it's reinforced is what you want. There you go.
There it is. Oh, I still need more?
You just need to the last one, the slab,
Oh,
and there you go.
wizard.
Boom, you're done. You're the most powerful.
Oh, bada boom.
So yeah, that's really what's the question is here is whether you're believing or you feel that they are gods, and obviously he can go hollow. That in its moment tells you something. Lord Gwyn's gone hollow. He used his energy to his life force to rekindle the flame when it was dying. He extended the Age of Fire. And now he is nothing but a hollow.
So they're trying to keep up this charade.
And now you're about to go kindle the fire.
So they want me to go and
They
kindle
want you
it
to continue the Age of Fire.
because Lord Gwyn's got hollow. And he's,
But they didn't tell you that to the very end. You only just now discovered that.
because they don't want to put panic in, and
Who knows? I mean, who's to panic? Just a bunch of undead hollows.
I guess,
There's no glory of Londor anymore. Lordran? Anyway.
Huh.
You should rest at this bonfire. Make sure you save at it.
Whew. And it's already jacked up to 20. I don't think I did that. I might have. Did we?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
All right. So those knights will drop. I'm pretty sure they've dropped chunks 100% of the time.
I'm not gonna fight them if I don't have to. They're jerks.
Okay.
So I guess this whole time, I thought that I was moving forward to keep Gwyn's seat of power, and his children were all like, "Yeah, do it. It's awesome." Because you continue the cycle, like you keep expelling the status quo, and I feel like it's no longer a status quo if there's a new head at the seat of power, which is what I would essentially be, right? Chosen Undead.
I'm talking about you're thinking of like you're thinking of seat of power as in a worldly sense. I'm talking about world seats of power as in a life, like a state of the world sense, because the world is trying to become something else,
Which is completely insane.
the world is the embers are fading out, and the fire is fading out,
And
and
so
obviously
those-
it's time for the Age of Fire to end, because as the Age of Ancients ended, so too must the Age of Fire end. There's a natural progression.
Yeah. And those who have the Lord Vessel or the Lord Souls and the Flame. Hey, you
Oh,
fucking
last one.
prick. You fucking prick with your fucking glaive, you dickhead. Don't hit me again, don't hit me again, don't hit me again. Okay, here we go. Nice timing. It's very nice music. Oh yeah, his reach is huge.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled away and then still had to throw my shield up. The fucking dick. I need to take some time to. Whew.
So look at his name. Oh, you don't have time to look at his name.
I don't have time to look at shit right now.
His name is not Gwyn, Lord of Flame, Lord of Souls. His name
Lord
is
of
Gwyn,
Cinder.
Lord of Cinder. That's all there is left.
No, don't do that.
There's just Cinder.
Ah,
and
fuck
Ash.
me. God damn it. So he 3-hit. 3-hit. I don't know if I keep just healing at the wrong time because that's when he kills me.
He's very fast. However, he is parryable.
I don't parry. So you're saying I should switch to the parrying dagger? Is that
No.
that's a secret to beating Lord Gwyn?
Actually, yeah, some people are very good at it. I'm ass at parrying. I've never beaten him by parrying.
So the whole pantheon that they've projected throughout this whole game is it's really just kind of a shit show.
Kind of.
No.
Whoa.
So who do you fight at the? Are you at the end of 3? Are you fighting whatever undead takes over Lord Gwyn?
So here's the thing with 3. The music is really nice and kind of sad in this game, right?
Mm.
All right, like at the end, instead of a epic boss battle.
Yeah, it's no Final Fantasy VII. I'll tell you that.
Mhm. No way. It's just simple piano music. Like it's sad. Like it's this simple.
It's like
This person has
kinda-
gone hollow.
And I mean, like, not to, I don't know, whatever, but it's kind of like dementia, right? You kind of go demented, and you lose yourself, and you become
Yeah.
almost somebody without. I mean, there's different. Like,
Mental illness is a very big. A lot of people draw mental illness comparisons in Dark Souls.
which is
From-
crazy. I know we talked about it in the beginning, and we had one commenter even who like shared his experience a little bit, and like after playing this game, that would be insane to try to draw any inspirational stuff from that or to like help with that.
Why? Why is that? Why is that crazy?
It's not crazy, obviously.
This game teaches you that you should never give up because that's you'll end up hollow.
It's a very deep draw. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me.
Yeah, you'll go hollow. It means something to Dark Souls players, especially when they say you can use the terrain to help you.
I
too.
think I gotta get past that point that I was at.
But yeah, no, it
I
really
have to
means
find a better
something
spot
to
to heal
people
too.
because of the depression or the Alzheimer's or the dementia. And it's kind of sad to see people you once knew or who were once glorious.
I think that's a fantastic, like, parallel to going hollow.
Yeah, and it's kind of like
Oh,
in real life,
follow up.
like I would tell each other, don't give up, man, don't quit. But it doesn't mean as much to people. But when you say to another Dark Souls player, don't go hollow, it's like a common thing that we all share. Every Dark Souls player shares. We know what it means.
Right. You've seen them, and it can affect everyone.
There's dozens of videos on YouTube. Just look for them sometime.
No, go! Oh, fuck! I saw it coming.
Hey, you lived. So
Nope.
you asked a question about
Drink, bad timing.
who's the
Mother God, son Stupid.
So you were asking a question about whether in Dark Souls 3 we're fighting basically the successor to Lord Gwyn.
And if you've played 1, it would be your former self, right? I mean, that's a cool...
Exactly. So what's really cool is that I was talking about the music, and in Dark Souls 3, phase 1 of the final boss. These are spoilers for Dark Souls 3 for anybody who hasn't played or who cares.
Son of a...
But in Dark Souls 3, the phase 1 part of the fight is you're fighting different aspects, and it's all like you're fighting like a wizard type, and you're fighting like a dex type, like with a saber who flips.
Oh, when he starts transforming his weapons into different types.
Yeah, and he's fighting. He like has all these different types, and he's the soul of Cinder, right? Mm-hmm. So he's the soul of every person who's decided to link the flame. You know, thousands of years in the future, every chosen undead who linked the flame, they're all the flame itself embodies their souls. And so it's kind of like how players play, you know, like the flipping and the kind of like extravagant moves. And then in phase 2, the music changes. It goes from bombastic to sad piano music. It makes the same notes, and suddenly every single player who played Dark Souls 1 gets chills because it's Lord Gwyn, and you're fighting Lord Gwyn again.
And does he have the same?
Yes, same moveset, and he doesn't same big ass sword, and he stops, you know, changing.
Ah, fuck me.
You know what I mean? He stops. Like,
he's just that.
He's just Lord Gwyn, the first flame, the first kindler of the flame, and it is a very, very tense moment.
I think I should poison him. I should get out my bow and arrow. You know, sometimes he follows that up, sometimes he doesn't. I've definitely been taking a risk. What?
The tip gotcha. Oh. So I've noticed something too about, or it's a common thing in Dark Souls that the more human like the enemy is, the more, you know, like for real the boss fight is. You know, the big bad's like gaping dragon. You know, like you're like meh, whatever, no problem. But as soon as it becomes like a dude with a sword, you're like, oh shit, get ready.
You mean you as a player, or like
yeah.
it's harder?
As a player, like it's suddenly like, whoa, here we go.
Because it's less fantastical, you think, or
no? Because usually the hardest fights are the mono and mono fights.
I followed it up. See, I didn't roll away. Did it again, bastard.
Yeah, Solaire makes this fight really easily because he's pretty strong against fire. He does alright damage, and he helps distract Gwyn.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Oh my god, he just keeps going! No.
There were... Oh man.
Run away. Let's try that. What is it? Don't take your eye off the ocean, you just get swept away?
Yeah. Don't take your eye off the bow.
And roll.
Lucky.
Alright, Mr. Gwyn.
I'm gonna charge at you, man.
Alright, got a squishy shot in. Nice.
Oh, you could grab
Another
one.
one.
Yeah. Ooh, nice.
And we're out of stamina. Bad. Okay, alright. Get him.
Nice. You're doing really good damage.
It's just hard to read because sometimes, like, his attack, I feel like,
Absolutely.
is... Wow, what was that?
Nice.
It has the same, but I don't know if he's gonna, like, follow up with 2, 3, 1,
Yeah,
4,
yeah.
5? No. So it's like, you gotta kind of pick moments to be risky.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to do that when he could, have a 5-hit combo on you, and you're like, oh, that was fun. Well, try better next time then.
Yeah, you should definitely punish that grab. Because he kind of...
Yeah, it's a slower...
It's slow, and he staggers for a second after he does it.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah, move in there and get him.
I'll get him once. Got him.
You can probably get him twice. Maybe like R2, R1.
No way.
Or you could two-hand it. Whoa! What was that?
No!
Oh!
God, now he's just being a dick.
That was a net profit, though, at least. Don't let the terrain kill you.
Oh my god. Quit it! Oh my god.
Remember, his reach is insane. So you're unlikely, unless you time your roll perfectly,
Jesus.
to, outrange him.
Give me something.
No. Nice. Okay, good.
Oh, he's following up a lot more now. I really need to.
I don't know if there's like a change in pace and phases for this guy. Like
The music's all the same.
yeah, the music's the same, and it's not like Dark Souls 3 where like every boss is like a 2 or 3 phase fight.
No.
It's because you were rolling. You know how it does extra damage.
That's retarded. And I lost my lock on. He went out of my range or something.
Oh, that's rough. Alright, you got the Black Knight set. If you, since you're making a mad dash for the boss, we'll read it if you die. And I guess we'll just leave it unread if you get it this time. Actually, no, you'll have time for the very ending. So
That was for you. God damn it! Oh, motherfucking
no.
son of a no!
Here we go.
Oh,
No.
starting off good. Starting off real good.
Look at all those blood stains right by the door.
People just walk in and obliterate. Alright, let's put this. Stop it! Let me drink, you asshole. Yes, nice. No.
Hey, you made it.
Whew. It's hard to read if he's gonna swing again, you know? Like, oh, yep. Oh, got lucky.
Yeah, the terrain saved your ass there.
So you just guessed. That was a total guess. All luck. Again, all luck. No skill involved right here. Oh no, I missed! Oh, fuck me!
You're right, no skill involved.
Oh god, fuck. This game's stupid.
You can just quit now.
Just quit.
You're at the last
Go
boss.
hollow.
The knights followed Lord Gwyn when he departed to the Lake of the Fire, but they were burned to ashes in the newly kindled flame, wandering the world as disembodied spirits ever after. Are any of them any different?
This one's got a comma.
What's that about? Okay.
Yep, that's...
So, I think what that actually tells us the most is that one that they were... That's why the you know...
It kind of explodes.
Yeah, then it went black. But also, that it's newly kindled. I think that was our actual proof that he... like, went to rekindle it.
Motherfucker. Cocksucker. Does that mean I'm gonna go hollow?
What do you think? If you kindle the flame?
Yeah. I mean...
Well, what will be your purpose after that?
I assume that's why Gwen went hollow. He didn't have a purpose after he... Which is really weird. Like, accomplishing a final goal should be something that's, like, rewarding and satisfying, not something that...
But there's no further goals.
I don't know what you... I guess, accomplishing, like... Well, like, the merchants are like, I sold all my things, I'm going hollow. It's like, is there no higher calling?
Well, I mean, that might just be an oversimplification of it. It is still just a game.
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking about it when you were talking about how the game doesn't explicitly express every single thing, and the player or the viewer or whatever is allowed to bring their own interpretation into things, which is a lot like, what's considered true art, like paintings and sculptures and stuff like that.
Yeah, when you look at something.
Yeah, and that's a lot what like modern art, which I am a fan of, is about.
I know.
So it's interesting, it's a new medium for the genre.
Exactly. And there's actually huge discussions and arguments about whether video games are or can be art.
I mean, if film and media, that kind of stuff can be, I don't know why it wouldn't extend to something that you interact with.
Well, I mean, there's arguments for and against that I don't really want that I don't really want to get into. But I mean, just because film is an art doesn't mean that video games are, because they're not the same medium. However, I mean, I personally think that if there was any game to prove that video games can be art, it is Dark Souls.
Stupid is what it is.
Stupid art. You got this.
He doesn't do anything different. He just follows up everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he doesn't get. It's like it's stupid.
He's good.
No. He's stupid.
You got it. I believe in you.
Oh, it's gonna miss.
No, you didn't miss. He dodged.
No. You're anthropomorphizing you. You're making him better than he is.
He's full on dodged your attack, man. There you go. Now look at that. Your weapon went right through the thing, just like it's supposed to. There you go. You're not really dodging, are you? Really?
Oh God! Oh! I ran out of stamina.
Yeah. But you're not really, sorry, not dodging. You're not really blocking in this, are you? That much. You're mostly using your rolls. Good
That's
timing.
my all of the time.
Yeah, so I mean, it'd be good to two-hand that, like you started doing. Oof. Nice. That was smart. You could have punished him, but it was probably best to dodge. To drink. When you look at him, now that we finally get like a good look at him, he does actually look quite a lot like the Nameless King in 3.
He's big and kind of furry.
Yeah, kind of furry.
It's okay hat, I guess.
Okay hat. It's just a neat hat. Kind of intimidating how he kind of just slowly walks at you sometimes.
No, it's not intimidating. It's stupid.
He suddenly charges you.
Fuck. Yeah, one too many rolls. Pew! I'm gonna poison him.
You're just digging around now.
That's how you win, Travis. And like, I don't know when I'm gonna heal here,
Yeah.
I need to find time to do it now. But then this.
That's alright.
No, it's not. It's not alright at all.
Well,
See, now this, and then this, and then this fucking
So
stupid.
when he hits you with one thing that stops you, and he follows up with a second one, the problem is because as soon as he hits you with the first one, you're mashing the dodge button.
Of course I am.
But his follow-up hits you because the timing is not right, because you recover from it at the wrong point. Check your rings. What's happening is that you need to time your second roll rather than... Those aren't bad. You need to time... You could put on maybe a fire protection ring. I don't even know if you have one. But you need to time his second swing to dodge properly rather than mashing it.
Gotta mash it.
Okay.
Alright. If this isn't the time, I'm gonna get another beer. God damn it!
Go get your own Estus flask.
No, bad timing. There's never a good time. Never. Never, ever, ever.
Tricky.
No, it's not. It's just dumb. Like now I can. Just kidding. Get him. Oh, he dodged it. Oops. Oh, okay, cool. Nope. I'm trying to read if he has less follow-up when he two-hands, or if he just swings with one, or... God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, he's not entirely random.
Right. So I'm trying to see if... No! Oh, yeah. Roll towards him, Babycake. Come on. Death Wish McGee over here. Fuck.
Oh, you lived. You had just enough. Looks like those knights are still trying to come in.
Bastards. Oh, would you drink, you piece of shit? Did he just try to... Oh, he tried to grab me. I thought he tried to throw something at me.
He's throwing like a... What are they called? The...
Poison dart.
No, those ones that prevent you from drinking.
I don't know. Sounds like a thing. PvP thing.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, he followed up. Fuck. He ran me through. Starting to run into some terrain issues.
Running out of their asses real fast.
Oh shit, you're right. No! And
you don't
there
have
goes...
that much left, and he's only at like... He's like at 3/4.
Well, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out, like, if there's a correlation between two-handing and one-handing, and turns out there's not. Alright, fuck it. Next time. Alright. Took a little break. Blew off a little bit of steam. We got this.
That was a shit ton of damage. I think it was because he was dodging at the time. You did way more damage than you normally do.
Was it 500 something, or?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I almost got him. I did that before, and I didn't correlate it with anything, really. Oh, no! Oh,
Yeah, it's always because of the dodging. An improper dodge.
I should shoot him with my bow and arrow.
Net you more damage.
No, come here. Use your fisty thing. See, like, so when he flies up and charges like that...
It messes up your camera.
It messes up my camera, but... I feel like when he's lower on health, he follows that up a lot more.
Maybe. I think it's based on distance. But I don't really know if there's any sort of pattern.
I don't know if he's... I feel like he's more aggressive. I just feel like that. That's just how I feel.
Maybe you're more tired as the fight continues from being on point the whole time.
Me? On point the whole time? Come on, Travis. No.
Nice.
Eh.
Oh man, he still got you.
Woohoo! Nice.
Awesome. I mean, you could try using a shield. I don't know if that...
I mean, I throw it up every now and then. I try to pick and choose my moments because I feel like dodging's more effective because dodging's 0 damage.
Because like all of his attacks really like devastate you. Like they throw you on your feet.
They hurt real bad.
And it's not even about damage. It's about how they affect your poise. Nice. You're doing awesome. I like the lighting in this place too.
I thought about trying to attack him after that one, but I was so afraid.
I like the lighting because his sword is like the only source of light in this whole place.
Oh, that's true. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, and it's like he's like this
meant to roll
glowing torch, and it looks great. Nice. All right. Offensive. Nice. Nice shield use.
Shield.
You got this.
Nope, too far. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh, nice. I think terrain might have helped you out a little bit there too. Nice. See, you're getting those timings just right.
I'm getting lucky.
I think it's skill well applied. This is your last time. Get him now!
Yeah!
Woo-hoo! You did it!
Oh,
Look at this, the light burns out.
that's cool. Look
his
at that. Look at
hollow
that.
face.
Oh, man. Oh.
Cinder's no more. Let's read that soul.
I didn't think I would feel as relieved as I do. Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh man, 70,000 souls and everything.
Whew. Really stepping away, taking a break, grabbing a new brew. That really... That's what happened with our Artorias fight, too.
I think so, yeah.
That's exactly what we... Anyway, let's read this thing.
Alright.
I'm a little sad now.
Sad that there's no more Dark Souls? Or sad that you finally defeated this epic?
No, I'm definitely not sad that this fight's... I mean, maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, read it.
Soul of the Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight and Cinder, who linked the first flame. Lord Gwyn bequeathed most of his power to the gods and burned as cinder for the first flame. But even so, Lord Gwyn's soul is a powerful thing indeed.
He bequeathed most of his power
To the gods.
He burned
Well, who are the-
cinder for the first flame.
So if he's not a god, have we been told of other gods?
Oh, we've told about like Velka, and Allfather Lloyd, who's apparently Gwyn's uncle.
Right, they were supposed to be related.
And if we recall, he bequeathed his power to Seath. Remember the bequeathed souls of Seath and the four kings?
Yep.
So it seems it's all kind of muddled. It's almost as if nobody really knows everything.
He then became the first flame because he burned his cinder for the first flame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he
so
linked
he
it.
then himself
That's right.
was essentially ignited or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And his body became just a hollow thing.
Yeah.
What will you do now?
Now knowing the fate that I will succumb to, and will I become Gwyn, or will it be something else? Will the Gwyns?
You won't be Gwyn. You'll be Babycake. But
That rolls off
if
the
you're
tongue
asking
really
whether what will happen, as far as you know, is that you will have linked the first flame, and you will continue the Age of Fire.
right. But so
What that means is up to your interpretation and what you have learned of it, and whether you think that is worthwhile.
will Gwyn's line continue the same rigmarole that they've done in the past?
Who knows?
You're right. Who knows?
That's not important.
There it is.
Link the fire.
So that's end.
That's it. Dark Souls doesn't put much on endings.
Which is interesting. Coworker who I let borrow 3, he was like, really impressed by the graphics in the game and everything. He gets to the end, and he's like, and that was it. I get this like nothing ending. I'm like, there's a lot more to the ending.
Yeah, you have to really bring the context of the story to really understand.
Yeah,
because they don't. It's not like they're gonna have a monologue of what's going on. You're just given what happens.
So when I played through 3, I thought it was a fun game. It was a hard game, and it was rewarding. When I played through this, I felt like I had a gamut of emotions because of all the things that you explained to me. So Travis, thanks for going through this with me.
Yeah.
And explaining everything. Like, I hope it was as worthwhile for you as it was for me. Like, I really got so much more out of this than I would going by myself. Because I probably would have been the guy who defeats the last boss and goes and touches the fire and done. I wouldn't have read, like, the last soul that you got that explains what happened right there. I would have lit it. I'm like, why am I on fire? Like, okay, I linked it, but now what? So
yeah,
it's been really rewarding for me to be able to hear all of your input and have you show me all the things and try to have me draw connections and lines where maybe there are and maybe there aren't things there.
Yeah, it's an amazing game, and all it takes is just a little bit of thought and just taking the moment to watch and look at things and just think about things for just a little bit.
But I feel like you're so used to not doing that. You almost come into video games to unplug from real life and not put forth the effort and the thought process because, I don't know, maybe video games aren't thought to have that level of depth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you play a lot of modern games, and they seem to be just a jumble of random action scenes, and the story is just kind of not really there. And this game doesn't treat you stupid. The story's there, but you have to find it yourself, and you have to really like draw from and it's like art. You're imprinting your own sense upon it, and you really you get what you put in. Yeah.
Absolutely. If you could, I really like the abstract expressionist movement in like the early 1940s and stuff.
Sure.
A lot of people see it as like, my 4-year-old could do this.
Mm-hmm.
And it is what you bring to the table. If you sit there and you absorb what's going on, and maybe it helps knowing a little bit about what was trying to be portrayed in the artwork itself too. But you could really appreciate a lot from it, knowing where it's coming from, where it's going, and what you bring to it personally.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing here. If you just bring to it, like, I want to play a game, this is a fun game, this is a hard game, I'm going to, like, notch my belt playing this game, then that's what you're going to get from it. You're going to get a notch in your belt, I did it, I'm done with it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take the time, and honestly, I wouldn't have, if it weren't for you, like, walking me through all these things, pointing things out and having me read certain things and ask particular questions. I probably would have been one of the notch in the belt guys, but I have a whole new level of appreciation for it now.
Yeah, you should play 3 again.
I should. You're right. You're absolutely right. I haven't done the DLC, so I should. I don't want to play New Game Plus though.
Just start over again.
I should, because New Game Plus, like, I started it and I was really disappointed with how hard it wasn't.
Oh yeah, because you're already full up.
I'm so used to like an expected difficulty level, I guess. Oh, it just starts here right off at the beginning again.
Yeah, and remember that thing exactly what we were talking about, how the cycle continues. Indeed. And who knows? Maybe the Lord Gwyn that you kill now is really just you again.
Which like
maybe 1,000 years have passed and it's all just coming back around again. What have you really accomplished in the end?
So I kind of had like a little bit of a tipsy rambling when
the undead are corralled.
We saw our buddy the Onion Knight on the ground. His daughter had killed him, thinking that it was the exact same person throughout each game. And It's
where
almost
they are locked
leads into the
away
same cyclical nature of it all. It is all the same, and it is just like, because they're undead, right? I mean, they just keep being rebirthed as the same people. And our buddy Oscar, his whole purpose is the same every single time. He's always framed the, it's neat. It's cool.
This is your fate, just as they say.
Wow.
So, you're done. We wanted to do one more episode, kind of like an ending episode that kind of wraps up the alternate way to play the game to really, really bring home the non-path of the gods, the alternate route that really ties the story together and really brings home how there's more than one perspective to this.
Is there 2 endings, or is there multiple?
There are 2 endings.
So there's 2. Okay, because I know in the other one there's a couple.
So
a couple.
We're gonna be playing through that. I'm gonna be playing it, and I'm gonna show Marcus how to start New Game Plus with Babycake, and we'll run through it, and we'll kind of do a highlights episode. We won't do the whole a whole show again. We're just gonna do like one episode that just kind of cuts around. But thanks for joining us, everybody.
Absolutely, yeah. It's been Rough Night Gaming. I'm Marcus.
And I'm Travis.
And we'll see you next time.